Good day, ma'am. My name is Allyna, and now I am going to report Chapter 13, Organization for the Administration and Control. No business runs itself. It needs separated stimulation. It is not easy to build a business. It takes time, intelligence, and hard work. A business will run smoothly only if proper attention is given to it. A group of unarranged machines, a body of unarranged workers, and a pile of unassembled materials do not make a going concern. As to what it is to be produced, to whom it may be sold, who is to do part to each part of the work, when the goods are to be finished, whether the quality satisfactory, how money is to be collected and paid out, and how to settle a wide range of problems. All of these must be administered and controlled. Administration and management. So, the function of administration and control is to keep the business going smoothly, to apply a necessary stimulus and direction, and to look ahead for the possible opportunities as well as the danger signals. The act of administration refers to establishing and maintenance of major policies, while management refers to carrying out and implementations of those policies. Management problems. So, management problems may be groups, namely, first is the problems of policy, which involved the setting of major objectives and formulating plans of actions for their attainment. Number two is problems of organization, which involves the classification of activities into administrative groups, fixing responsibility for the performance of each group, and providing for the performance of each group and providing the proper coordination of all groups in order to cooperate effectively in the attainment of objectives. So the next slide is number 3, the problems of personnel. So which involves the procurement, development, and use of individuals to perform the responsibilities established by the organization plans. So number 4 is problems of facilities, which involves the procurement, maintenance, and use of physical factors needed in the performance of operations, necessarily in attainment of objectives. So number 5 is the problems of methods, which involves the use of routines and producers required to perform effectively the operations necessary to attain such objectives established by the policies. Meaning of control. The following are taken from E. Robinson Business Organization and Practice and from Davis Stetson Office Administration, published by Alexander Hamilton Institute. Control may be understood if it is broken up into several aspects of knowledge. So the first one is knowing exactly what work is to be done. So A, as to quantity and quality, as to time available. Number 2 is knowing what resources are available for doing the work. So under of this is the as to be personnel, as to material, as to equipment, and as to other facilities. So number 3 is knowing the work has been done or being done. So under of this is with the resources available, then within the time available. So number 4 is knowing immediately of any delays or variations. Number 5 is knowing what is being done to remove such hindrances. 6 is knowing when it is done. Then number 7 is knowing the recurrences of guarded against elements of control. So control, in order to be effective, must be afforded with necessary elements such as authority and knowledge, guidance and direction, constraint and restraint. So to exercise control, the manager must be able to know what the situation is and what it should be. He should know what to do to bring the situation into line. Equally important is to have authority to undertake necessary and appropriate action. In the execution of control, the manager therefore must have his lines of communications established, opened, and functioning. In every management problem, there is present a multitude of elements and conditions. Some of these are desired and which manager would like to retain. Others are undesirable and have to eliminated or discarded. Controlling, therefore, is conscious directly or influencing of certain causes so that certain desired results can be affected. Administrative control. A basic task of management has to do with control, together with planning, organizing, coordinating, and directing. A control is one of the functions of management. So when management introduces rules and regulations, standard operating procedures, and standing orders, and when it sees to it that these are followed in order to attain the company's objectives, it is establishing and enforcing controls. So the budget. So the budget is collecting of estimates of income and expenditures for the future period based upon past experience, present conditions and anticipated future trends. The budget is a tool of management whereby it hopes to achieve the highest reasonable expectations of operating efficiency. The business budget, being a tool of management, is only useful as the care with which is prepared and manners is followed. It makes management regularly study financial conditions, the markets for companies' product and properties of general market. It points out disruptive or unusual elements that must be given careful attention. So a budget may cover a single item of expenses such as the advertising budget, or it may cover an entire department's activities such as the sales budget or purchasing budget. When the term budget is used singly, however, it is usually refers to the budget of business enterprise. The budget may be prepared in terms of months, or quarter, or for a year. It should be long enough to include complete cycles of seasonal fluctuations of volume, production, merchandise, turnover, and financial operations. In the preparation of a budget, the president of general manager usually call a conference of all top executives of departments heads. The general plans of coming budget period are taken policy, after which important changes in department policy are up. The conference discusses changes in company made known to the rest. In preparing the purchase budget, inventories are checked and production's requirements, both as to volume and as to value, are carefully studied. The purchase budget is usually broken up into monthly budgets to make the financial needs clear and to find out when the company needs money the most. The finance budget gives probable income and expenses over the whole period to enable management to see the overall financial pictures and arrange for loans or other sources of finance. So the business budget must be continually compared with the actual performance. Once the budget period gets underway, it should be acceptable and permit revisions not originally foreseen. Government controls. Business in the Philippines is essentially characterized by free enterprise but with many elements of government control. The business enterprise and the company as a whole are subject to a pervasive and comprehensive scheme of government controls. So, government control may consist of regulation. Regularly, agencies such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Public Service Commission, the Patent Office, and the Insurance Commissions are quite well known and exercise familiar function. The government enforcement of pure food laws, labor laws, social security legislation, anti-monopoly laws, and even tariff, customs, and revenue codes is an example of government control of the business. So, the public control may become more direct when a government agency invests seeable amounts in a business or buys it outright. So, loans from a government financing institutions are often accompanied by a government official sitting in the meetings of boards of directors of private corporations. As a tool of control, accounting communicates to all personnel in concrete terms of pesos and centavos just what management wants and employees to do. It motivates personnel and enables review of checking up of their efforts and activities. Cost accounting's enable. A special branch of accounting effective operations based on accurate cost information. Importance of controls. So controls give usual advantages of planning. Waste inefficiencies and dishonesties become known and may be easier avoided. Controls bring out conditions which they otherwise would remain unnoticed. More important, future problems are provided for, since controls are needed to keep an enterprise focused on its objectives, goals, and objectives are formulated in clearer and more concrete form. Controls increases initiative, bring about coordinations, and promote operations.